and then we will invite him to give a talk. So Brother Balu Karanam was born into a family of Sai devotees in a small village near Puttaparthi in the Sri Sathya Sai district of Andhra Pradesh. He has studied, in Swami school, Ishwarama school, like from 4th grade all the way up till the post-graduation, from 1978 to 1992. He's also a very eminent professor. He has thousands of publications. You can search for Balu Karanam. He is the expert in all the cancer research, biology, and he has a lot of patents. And he's been very active in our alumni community. He's supporting our university as well. On the organization perspective, he was an SSC teacher. I'm sure all the SSC children, I know there are many other kids who will be joining during the day, and we have many SSC programs today. So Brother Balu also served as a president of the Sri Sathya Sai Center in Greater Baltimore, Maryland. He was the regional devotion coordinator and he was the regional president of Region 3. Again, he has taken multiple roles and he has served Swami. Now he is our national USA president. So we are fortunate and we are privileged and really honored to have you here, sir. So now we invite Brother Balu Karanam.
सर्वरूपधरं शान्तं सर्वनामधरं शिवं सच्चिदानन्दमद्वैतं सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरं. He is in all forms, Sai is in all names. He is the Satchitananda Swarupa. And he is the one. He is the one who. He is the. He gives auspiciousness to our life, and he is the ultimate beauty of our life. Sai Ram, sisters and brothers and members of the Sai family of Charlotte. Sai Ram to all of you. I am very, very happy to be here on this Silver Jubilee occasion. 25 years of your love to Swami, and this is the home of Swami in Charlotte. And I am also very praying to Swami to be here for the 50th year too, actually. So that is the golden jubilee. Swamis, and I congratulate all the officers who served this wonderful center from the initiation till date. And also I congratulate all the officers who are going to take roles in future. Because Swami, it's all happens, all the organization happens because of him, just with that photograph. We are just mere instruments. He makes us different roles, as brother was saying. These are all the roles, positions we should not really get into and say that things are happening because of me. No. He runs it, we be part of it. We should be thankful to Swami that he makes us to be part of it. So that's what, I congratulate all of you on this auspicious occasion of 99th birthday in 25 years of your service to Swami and Charlotte. Coming to that, as brother Sathya Sai wonderfully, he invited me here. So my life started here. It's a village near Puttaparthi, 27 miles, not very far off. My father was head of this village. He was a CFO, we can call Karanam. So those days they used to run the village administration. There is a document in my house there. It clearly shows our family, at least ancestors, existed from 1422. That means 14th century they were in the Sathya Sai district, actually. So my father was head of the village. We had only one problem. Schooling was only up to 5th grade. We had our, we were living very naturally, organic living, we can say. We had our own cows, we had our own fields, all our food came from our own fields, cows gave milk. We were living organically, later on we became inorganic. Then, now again we are trying to be organic, actually. So we are six of us. We are six siblings. I have three sisters, elder sisters, and two brothers. I'm the youngest in the family. Being youngest, nobody takes you seriously. You know all that actually. So what happened is the schooling was only up to 5th grade. They need to look for schooling for my brothers and sisters. That's the way Swami started a school called next Ishwarma High School. This is the from 6th grade onwards. All my family, just like here, how we move the families into good school districts. My parents moved us into God school district actually. So that is Prashant Nilayam. So my brothers and sisters joined. I remained back in home. That's the way I got introduced to Prashant Nilayam by my second brother and third sister there. I'm standing in the middle, so that photo also shows I had a lot of hair once upon a time. So they came and told about their schooling experience. They say Swami sent laddus, Swami sent apples. I was thinking, are they going to temple or school actually, because that was the age. So then they took me to Parthi. This is the Prashant Nilayam Sai Kulwant Hall those days. My brother took me to Sai Kulwant Hall. We sat and he told me that Sai Gita comes and garland Swami. I was more interested in seeing Sai Gita coming and garlanding Swami. It doesn't happen every day, isn't it? So I was bothering him, when does Sai Gita come? So he said, keep quiet, Swami will come now from that building actually. So and he also told me there are some Seva Dal there. You have to be very careful about them. If you talk too much, they will throw you out of here. So after staying there, this is the way we used to walk through Prashant Nilayam those days. Then after a lot of deliberation, they put me for 4th grade in this village school. Please don't mistake, there was no primary school existed those days. It's only village school. And this happened to be his school. Swami studied from 1st to 5th grade in this school actually. From 1931 to 36, we can see the attendance register where his name appears, R. Satyanarayan Raju. You all know the name, isn't it? So I happen to be a student of alumni of the school to which Sai is alumni. I am also a proud alumni of all such science of Ireland which is built by Swami. So that's where I started. Being in Parthi, hearing Swami, seeing Swami every day, I need to tell you, I knew only Telugu, that is the language, But that's enough. See, God always gives what you need, isn't it? So Telugu is in the language where Swami was speaking, so I could hear him directly. I could enjoy his, discourse without any translation. Translation came in my life later on, actually. So another Swami beautifully says his discourse is, kind of a goodie bag, to all the devotees. He says, he gives on a gold plate, which is the poem he says. Then the speaking part is, silk clothes and fruits. And also finally, with the betel nut, betel leaf and dakshana, Swami says, that is the bhajan. Can you imagine? He sets the discourse like that if you have seen. Swami says, that's what I give to my devotees. Being a born Indian, I think I got attracted to those gold plates actually. So, there are the poems of Swami. They are the gold, that is the gold which will, remain as gold forever. So this is what, later on I realized as I used to write Swami's discourse. And one day my classmate told me I'll take you to a great devotee. I don't know where he's taking it. We were roaming around all over Prashant Nilayam, I'll tell you, as kids. He took me to this lady in South Prashanti under a tree she was sitting. Her name is Peddabottu, you all know that, Gali Sharada Devi is the original name. And she was just sitting there and we both of us went and asked her, Telugu, saying that, grandmother, can we touch your feet? She, she has seen Shirdi Baba, you all know that, as a kid. And served Satyasai when she was old. That lady says, in Telugu she was telling, why you want to touch my feet? Touch Swami's feet only. See that, imagine if somebody sees both Babas, it's very difficult to hold actually. One Baba, people who have seen one Baba itself is very difficult to hold. See, that kind of humble devotees we have seen in Prashant Nilayam. They are wonderful devotees. Then we saw wonderful things actually. In those days, Swami So six of our family, people, they built homes. And they went for darshan, and Swami said, when is the Gro Pravesha? And they said, Swami, still houses are not ready. Swami said, tomorrow is a good day, I am coming. Can you imagine? Swami decides the housewarming ceremony. He comes. This is my brother next to Swami, almost chaperoning Swami. It's very easy. Swami does this Gro Pravesha, like he comes to home. The head of the family garlands Swami. Then Swami gets into the house. He'll touch the fruits and the milk kept for him. That's it in the altar. Then the lady of the house gives the harati to Swami, and Swami leaves to other house. Like that, within no time, he finished 6 houses, and he took the picture. If you look at down, they have not even put path or flowers or anything. Swami is like that. We hear Sulabha Prasannaya Namaha is easily accessible, available, at least those days in 70s. So that's what we saw. Then Swami also used to come to that Pedavenkam Raju and Ishwama Samadhi to pay tributes actually. See, he is God who showed us how we can do things. Swami says, I am not a geography teacher. I am a physical director. He told us once. Basically, geography teacher can sit in Charlotte and talk about Grand Canyon, which he has not seen. Whereas the physical director, he does the exercise and we follow him. So he shows how to follow, to give respect to the parents. So all this used to happen on 22nd November. That time there was no college also. So this Swami used to come to the Samadhi. That's where we used to see him very, very closely. Then Swami inaugurated this beautiful Satsa University in Puttaparthi, that late 70s. We really didn't know we'd be part of it because we played hide and seek in that unfinished building actually. That was our life. Then I joined Ishwama High School for 6th grade. So this school was, when inaugurating, Swami beautifully says, this school will become the gateway for rural children to get higher education. I didn't realize this until I entered Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, which is the primary institute here for medicine. So when I read this, it really tells his word comes true, not my effort actually. So Swami says that happens actually. So that he says, this is for the rural children. I am a rural child, you saw my village also. So then Swami used to come to the school, and Swami used to even come to the basketball games. Can you imagine? There was a small basketball court kept. Swami used to come. That is our first warden. So he used to hold, there is a pawn box. You can see in his hand the silver pawn box. There used to be 3 pawns kept. Those days Swami used to eat that pawn. Pawn is the beetle leaf thing. And why we used to hang around those people is Swami will eat only one. The rest of it they used to give as prasadam actually. So we were very sure where to be and what to give. So then we got into something like cricket. Cricket is some kind of a game. Indians are mad after it. So and also it is Britishers, wherever they went in the world, they left this game. It looks like when they are leaving the country, these countries became better than Englishmen in playing the cricket. So 2 cricketers came to Parthi. They are national cricketers. They came to visit Swami. We were very excited. We want to see them because we were all so much fans of these cricket stars. So we want their autograph. So we were going in Prashant Nilayam in the night to see where these people were staying. We want to bother them and get the autograph. So what happened was our teacher caught us, because we were we had wonderful teachers who put us always on the discipline. He asked us, what are you guys doing at 8 o'clock in the Prashant Nilayam, roaming all over? We tell, sir, we are looking for their autograph. He said, see, these cricketers are coming for Swami. And you are going for his autograph, their autographs. We should go for only Swami's autograph. Never go behind, celebrities. They come for Swami, isn't it? They are celebrital actually. So they come for God. So don't go behind them. So later on, if that man goes somewhere, we have to go along with them also. So these are the wonderful lessons. Then comes, my 12th grade. I'll make it short. So here is my grandmother, who is classmate of Swami in Bukkapatnam. Okay. So at the 12th grade, I need to tell about a little bit about Indian education. There are only 3 careers in India those days. If you are good in mathematics, you become an engineer. If you are good in biology, you become a doctor. If you are bad in both, you become a patient actually. So after 12th grade decides where you go actually. So I became a patient. That means I flunked that exam to become a engineer or something. So I had to go back to Patti. I got my seat in Swami's college, but the failure was hitting me badly, and also rubbing on the wound. I was in my cousin's home where I had wonderful cousins who are making fun of me, saying that, oh, you didn't get anywhere, so you are going back to Prashant Nilayam, so you become sannyasi. In Telugu, sannyasi means useless fellow also. So they were, kind of pulling me, bullying me, I can say. So there comes my grandmother. She says, these donkeys doesn't know the value of Satya Sai Baba. Tells in Telugu, said, ఈ గాడిదలకి ఏం తెలుసురా స్వామి విలువ స్వామి పరమాత్ముడు God incarnate. Can you imagine? Classmate. Ask your classmates, they will tell you how spiritual you are, how evolved you are. A classmate of Swami says he is God. That happens only to Swami because today we have a lot of people acting as Swami. Let them get that certificate from their classmates, I'll believe them actually. Because why he is God for her is because she was from Bukkapatnam, she got married and went to a place called Vempalli, in Kadapa district. After some time she lost her husband. There comes a beautiful letter which she kept with her until last breath. Swami wrote that letter saying that, Anduko Ashirvadam, don't worry, I am there with you. Come and stay in Prashant Nilayam. Swami writes, who are the other people with her, who will be giving company. Can you imagine how much it takes care? That she kept with her and always she used to come to and say Prashant Nilayam. See, that she tells he is the God and your life will change. Can you imagine? So then I joined Prashant Nilayam. See, then I was already in the Prashant Nilayam and came back to the college. But when you get to the college, you see everybody singing, isn't it? And when you see everybody singing, you feel like singing, don't sing that time actually. That's a problem. So only means everybody can sing if they practice, but those days it's very easy. We used to go and ask Swami. Swami came near and I said, Swami, Padalanandi, means I want to sing. Swami said, Manchiti Pada. So in Telugu is a language, we can take it both ways. Manchidi, if you put a comma, if you put some kind of a punctuation there, good, sing. Manchidi Pada means sing a good one. Because see, it's so confusing. I took it seriously and I went to my senior who was, let me not name him. He said, come for Shruti. I didn't know what Shruti means also. So I went anyway. He put Shruti and he said one Pancham, one Madhyam, all those things, and finally he said, you are Adham in singing. Very good for him. So like that, we have a lot of these things went, and finally I used to bother Swami, how to get close to you, because either singing, Vedam or anything we'll do to just get close to him. Then one day, when we are sitting in the darshan, Swami gives this beautiful thought. It says, Makari kari batti bhadimpa Sri Hari Arudinche Sudarshanamuto Karini Brova Penumayalu Makarulai Prajala Vedimpa Narayanu Sai Shundai Tana Darshaname Sudarshanamuga. Saying that, when an elephant was caught by a crocodile, you came and saved the elephant. Now we are caught by these illusions. Come and give your darshan and release us from that Maya. So I thought I should give this to Swami. Then I thought I will show it to my Telugu professor who could typos, all that. He checked and he said, you give right now today. But how to give? I have given so many letters. See, this is the YA age, isn't it? I think I don't know whether he read all the letters. I want to give it in such a way that he will read right there and bless me right there. Instant coffee, I want immediately all the results. So without closing the, I used to write in a small sheet of paper. Without closing, I used to show it to Swami. Swami used to come. This is the Mahasamadhi area. Can you imagine those days? That was the place where we used to flock around, where we get the physical distance with Swami becomes minimal, kind of. That is the place you have a higher chance of higher probabilities. You are math students too, so we know we can have a more chance of giving a letter. And taking it or not, that's up to Swami. So you have a more chance. So we used to fight for those places, run for those places. When Swami came, I gave it, and Swami looked at it and he read it and said, "Where are you from?" I said my village name, and Swami said, "Tishko." He gave Parnamska. That's it. When Swami talks, entire world talks to you. When I went back to hostel, a lot of people came to my room, unknown to me also. He said, "Oh, wonderful, what did Swami say?" All that. So there was one boy from Delhi. He said, next time when Swami talks, you should say, "Where are you from?" You should say, "Swami, I am from you." Okay. He was a little higher classes, so higher, awareness I felt actually. So, but we don't know whether Swami will talk next time, isn't it? So I am ready with the answer, but no question has to come from Swami. Then keep writing, Swami called all the vice chancellors and he says, why he started the institution. He says, Sadgunamulu, Sadbuddhi, Satyanirati, Bhakti, Kramashikshana, Kartavya Palanammu, Nirpunade Vidya. Swami says, why I started this institute is not that many institutions are giving education. What is need out of education is Sadgunamulu, good virtues, Sadbuddhi, good intellect, Satyanirati, truthfulness, Bhakti, devotion, Kramashikshana, discipline, Kartavya Palanammu, doing the duty. See, I'll tell you, these are the wonderful qualities. You will never lose a job if you possess that. That is the education actually, he says. And also human values. Inspired by that, I wrote a poem called Vidya Vidulandu Velakatti Amuvela Veda Vidyalaku Vishwana Tavuleka Prachya Bhavambu Krungi Aprachya Mechuela Velese Matalli Sai Vidyama Kalpavalli. Saying that, when there was no where to learn this Vedic knowledge, there came a temple of learning where showed us the path to liberation. So again, you had a small piece of paper and get the blessing. So Swami used to take and give the Parnamska. So that became some kind of a ritual. So I thought, at least I started the ritual going to the spiritual actually. So I kept on writing. So let me not read all my poems, then you have to sit here for until next birthday. So, Talli Velase Sarvakalama, Talli Nelache, Partilona, Ipunya, Datrilona, Chaduvu Samskarambu, Sarvulaku Nandimpa, Sai Sharadama, Talli. Saying that, here Saraswati came as Swami and gave us this education. Kept on writing, giving Swami and get his blessing. So again, I need to tell here, as I wrote more poems, and I felt I am becoming spiritual, That always happens. I also became very calm. I used to be, at least I act calm. I'm not really calm actually. So then, basically, I used to think I'm highly elevated, soul kind of. This happens on the spiritual path, and Swami is also watching. What happens is not all my friends like my poems. Some said, "Oh, you don't follow, grammar. You don't follow some kind of a, like grammatically, this is like there is some kind of a chandas in Telugu. I don't follow. They used to say. I used to say, how does the meter matters when my distance with Swami is in centimeters? I used to be good at arguing also. So that's the way how spiritual we are. So then I was feeling I used to be highly spiritual. And those who like my poems, and my friends, they became very, very close to me. Those who didn't like my poems, I didn't like them. That is my lavwal and sarwal actually. So it went on and I wrote, Swami, Virisina Puvunu Nenu Vechiti Ninnu Kori Vibuda Needu Pada Sevaka Nenu Nanchu Chenchita Chitta Chencharikam Pudena Kolakamunne Anduko Swami Pushpa Nirajam. Saying that I am just for serving your lotus feet. I am a flower to be offered only at your lotus feet. Swami takes it and gives Parnamskar. Then, very next day or so, Swami comes out after giving interview to some of the devotees who came from Western countries. They were leaving the room. Swami came to students and he said, "Look, boys, They are all coming like bees and taking the nectar out of the lotus. Swami is the lotus, they are the bees. And Swami said, you are all sitting here as frogs. So, all the, your elevated level came down to the frog level. Swami says, you are a frog, you are a frog. Let's be very clear about it. I thought about it, it was some kind of a, like awakening. So I went back to my hostel. In the study hour, I used to study also. So these poems gave me a lot of joy actually. So I wrote a poem saying that మకరందము లిఖించు కమలంబు చెంత మండూక రీతిలో నిలచియుంటి భ్రమలు తొలగించి నన్ను భ్రమరముగా మార్చి మధుర మందీయవా మోహనాంగా saying that I'm a frog, make me a bee and feed me with nectar actually. So I gave the poem to Swami the next day. Swami looks at it and said, Dunnapota, he said. The way the Swami used to have a few ways to address us. One is Dunnapota means there is a change is very much needed in you. Bangaram is the one we really used to cherish. He says golden one. So and also sometimes if you are out of shape, he used to say, hey, Pakoda, come here, like that. So Dunnapota is said. Then Swami said, see, like if I give everything, where is your effort? Because I put one step, means if you put one step, I give 10 steps. We are telling here, I don't want to put even one step, come at least 5 steps, isn't it? So that doesn't work with Swami. So effort, Swami said, where is your effort? And there he said, beautifully he said, Sai ni Hrudaya Sthai, Adi Telusukunte ni Kanantamaina Hai. Swami's Telugu is, like divine. So after, that's what my poems became some kind of a, like interactions. Then again, thinking about how Swami spoke to me, I wrote a poem. See, this poem is something like, it became bit by bit, it became a habit actually. And for poem, I just need pen and paper, isn't it? Which is always with us. And actually in the portico, we did our homework actually. I wanted to tell all of you. So then, I wrote, Menu Pulakinche ni madhura bhashanamuna karamu lokataya kakataliyamuga కిన్న వదనాన ఉన్న నా కన్నులందు ఆనంద బాష్పములవేవో జారిపో. Saying that Swami, when you spoke to me, that is so much joy, I couldn't hold it. It went as a tears of joy. So poem. I gave it to Swami, and Swami reads and says, Anta kapitvam. See, in Telugu, kavitvam means poetry, kapitvam means monkeyness. I was so happy. From frog to monkey for a science student, it's a huge jump, isn't it? From the almost in the pond to the top of the tree I was actually. So Swami said, you are a monkey. Oh, the kapitvam. Went back to hostel, then again. So this used to become some kind of a, everyday work for me. So then I wrote this poem. Kavinena nanukunte kapinivanantivi కలుగరే నీవారు కవులయందు మరి కపులయందు కోదండ రాముడై నీవు కొలువైయుండ కపి నేను కాలేన నీ సేనయందు. Saying that Swami, yes, I am happy to take as a monkey. If you are standing as a Rama, I want to be a monkey in your army. So I want to give this poem. Swami doesn't take. It's very difficult. Swami can decide when to take, when not to take also. So we used to do different things. We used to take clothes for Swami. Swami used to love clothes. Whoever has a clove box, Swami comes nearby. He'll take the clove. He'll take out the bud. He'll put the stem under this. Like he used to stand like that in the portico. Those were the beautiful days. One such day, he took the poem. He read it and he said, what do you want? I was on my knees and I said, Swami, I want you. Because, awareness, as I told, I want you. Swami said, Tishko. Okay. See, the only Tishko I can take is Parnamaskar. How to take Swami, actually. So, poems didn't come for some time. Okay, then there was a nice, announcement on the hostel notice board. This is our beautiful hostel. So, they said, on the occasion of Indian Independence Day, we are calling all the poets who think they are poets. Give your poems and in different languages, because India has 23 languages. So I thought that's the best way to publicize my poems, because only Swami has seen, not everybody has seen. See, this is the That's the way I went and gave my poem. That guy said, no, sorry, already somebody gave in Telugu. You are not fit anymore. Because I was thinking, oh my God, Swami takes my poem. This guy doesn't take my poem. See, there was a major hit. I mean, like I could not take it. So then few days went off. Then we were, already people who were there in the Kavi Sammelan, I was walking with one of my friends. He said near Ishwaram High School, he was telling, oh, this Kavi Sammelan may not happen. I was happy inside, but acted sad outside to him. I said, what happened? They said, not every language is represented, not many people are there. Then I said, oh, very sorry to hear that. Then we walked a little bit, this boy who is from Mumbai, that is Bombay. These Bombay people are very good, they convince you like anything. I had my classmate. So he said, hey Balu, you know little bit Kannada. There is another language in India, a beautiful language. He said, Balu, you know little bit Kannada. Can you take a Kannada song and give us a Kannada poem? I said, are you mad? Actually, you see, any singer can sing any song, any language. Poet cannot say, I am, just take some poem in Tamil and say, I am Tamil poet. Actually, they'll chase me out, actually. Then he said, no, nothing. The people are taking some poems and singing. See, like there is one Tamil boy from Mumbai itself. He know more Hindi than Tamil. He was a Tamil poet. Actually, see, it looked like he was explaining to me, this is a offbakedpoets.com kind of. Okay. So by the time I went to hostel and had my lunch, I was convinced. So let's do this. I didn't know it was an institute program, not even in front of Swami. So I got one Kannada song, wrote it in Telugu. I went and submitted to this fellow who rejected me. He said, oh, Swami sent you. I said, what? First time when I gave a poem, Swami didn't send me or what? Because he hugged me and said, oh, you are in. Please be in front today when we go to Mandir. So I went along with the poets. So Swami comes and takes what's happening, and then this boy gives a letter, Swami, we are doing Kavi Sammelan, all the poets coming together. Swami takes that letter, he looks at all the names. My name was misplaced, for language was misplaced. Swami looks at me and gave a beautiful smile. I didn't know what it is. I smiled back. Swami said, after bhajan, I am coming to the institute auditorium. You all sing your poems, I want to see. First rehearsal, even poem was not ready for me, first rehearsal with Swami. So Swami comes along with other officials. Each one of us went onto the stage and we, whatever. I said something which is like Kannada because afternoon only I got that poem. So Swami said, wonderful, it's nice. Swami went off to Mandir. We were all jubilant and we were very, very happy, and see, once Swami says yes, and everybody will say yes in Bhakti. Yeah? Officials, everybody were very happy. We went to hostel, and all my friends were saying, hey, we didn't know you are a Kannada poet. I told them even until afternoon, I didn't know that I was a Kannada poet. Actually. But anyway, see, our conversations never stop, until we talk about ill of others, isn't it? Sometimes, after 10 minutes on phone call, we talk about others, actually. The same thing happened to us. We were talking how bad was the Telugu poet. He doesn't sing, man. He just reads. That's not a poem. Oh, I also felt, ego was crisp, actually. You have to feel all that. So we went to Mandir next day. Swami gave interview, called all the poets to come in. I ran, we used to run for his, close to his feet. We sat there. Swami came and closed the door. Swami said, how was the program yesterday? Then we were all looking at him, he said, bad, bad, bad. The previous day he said everything is good. So he's just like mother, So he'll tell outside, he'll take care of you very nicely. Inside, mother will give you nicely, isn't it, in the home. This is just divine mother. Then I had a beautiful thought before even Swami sat. Swami, they didn't give correct people correct opportunity. See, I was a good Telugu poet, they didn't give me. So that's why it is suffering. It's the entire thing. As soon as Swami sat, he asked, where is the Kannada poet actually? So I was the worst person, who did bad. And he said, what Kannada you sang? That's not even Kannada. See, I know that actually. I'm happy that Swami also saying that. I knew that instantly I'll be out of this entire thing. I thought I'll do maximum path seva that day so that I'll be sent. Then Swami said, you write your own poem. So I don't even know that language that much to write a poem. So I thought I'm done with this. Then Swami said, let's not do it for August 15th, you do it for Krishnastami, which is coming a little later, so we get a little more time. So Swami called one lecturer and he organized this. We came out. When we came out and all other students who were sitting next to me, they said, what man, we had a lot of good time. Actually, we know what kind of time we have it there inside. So then I thought I should really write a letter to Swami saying that I'm not a Kannada poet. So then we were meeting. That is the first person who spoke after the bhajan was the Sanskrit poet. He was a Kannada speaking person. See, if you get to know some other language, all the people who speak that language become close to you. That's the greatness of the language actually. So every language is sweet. So this boy comes and says, I didn't know you know Kannada. I said, I didn't. I was thinking, I don't know. Because my father spoke little Kannada, my mother sang some of the Purandaradas Kritis. Doesn't make me Kannada poet actually. So then I told all my story to him. He said, no problem. I write in Kannada, you take my poem and sing. I said, even that didn't, I need to have my own poem. That was the feeling I had. But this boy, wrote a poem. I told him, see, my Kannada is very rudimentary. Write it in a very easy way and go back actually. So, write it in a very easy way and so that I can practice. So, I used to, actually more than my mathematics, linear algebra, Kannada poem became important to me that semester. Then the final day came, it is in the auditorium, in the Institute auditorium. Swami came, believe it or not, the first person he spoke before the program behind the screens is myself. He said, do well, because he knows this is the bad, weakpoets.com line. Okay? Then somehow I managed, it's called Sumada Hasavu Neenu Himada Biliyuni. Saying that all little things, Swami, you are that, you are this. I told him to write very simple so that I can, tell easily. Swami was very happy. He came and gave us shawls, pens, because we are, those days Parker pens were very famous. Swami gave us Parker pens and blessed us. I'm happy. I thought this Kavi Sammelan is over. I'll never write any more poems and get into this kind of trouble. Then next day, Swami gives interview. Swami says, this Kavi Sammelan came very well. We should do it for Dashara in Purnachandra. Purnachandra is a huge hall. And he's telling, hey, you write another Kannada poem. I said, I don't know why, Swami, you are catching me. Again, this boy, Praveen, helps me. See, I used to really by heart this poem. And Swami used to call me into the interview room. It's a very short interviews. Swami will call these three poets who are very weak, actually, in the entire gang. So he calls and says, hey, Padu, sing. So, when you by heart, you have to close your eyes. You get the clarity of the poem, isn't it? I used to close my eyes and used to say the Kannada poem. Swami says, Pallu terchi padu. Open your eyes and sing. The minute I open the eyes, poem is to vanish, actually. Swami says, that's not the way to sing Kannada poem. Then Swami sang in the interview room, Jagadodharana Adishidaleshode. There's a beautiful composition by Purandaradasa. Swami sings how to sing Kannada. I really don't know what you are blessed. Swami said, go and practice and come. Then again, now I need to open my eyes and remember the poem. So again, Swami calls, Padu. I mess it up and Swami says, that's not the way to sing. You know how Sakamma used to sing. I don't know who is this Sakamma and why she sang also. This was in 1943 when Swami went to, Bangalore. This Sakamma made Swami to stand in front of the door. Actually, Swami, she used to say, don't come, I'll get the Harti. Can you imagine that's the way the devotees used to take him. And she used to sing that song called Mella Mella Na Bandhane Gopamma Keli, saying that how Krishna comes into our house. Imagine 1943, Swami is telling this to us in 1989. Swami never forgets his devotees, actually. Where is 1943, where is 1989? Then, as time went on, Swami used to correct me, and one day Swami said, lot of Kannada speaking, people will come and you have to do well. He was thinking, this is entire thing, total Kannada language is falling on me. Kind of. I got scared and I held Swami's hand and I said, Swami, bhayam vestundi. He said, it's a Purna Chandra, I need to do well. Then Swami beautifully said, bhayam enduku vestundi. Why do you get scared? Swami ki vadileste anta abhayame. Saying that if you leave everything to me, you'll have no fear. See, that's what we do in life. We hold on to things which we cannot do. Leave it to him, it becomes smoother. Then the final day came, and Swami also said, why I am telling you to open your eyes and sing, look at me and sing, because in Purna Chandra I will sit in the middle, you look at me and sing. That's a practice actually. So that I don't look at the huge crowds and get, see how much is training inside. So then I came up onto the stage and, I sang this Kannada poem. I don't know, see, I was not born into this language, but whenever I sing this poem, it transports me to, Swami's interview room and Purna Chandra hall. See, just close your eyes and sing, that's what it takes me, because he made me to sing so many times. It's called Mugundu Hubagi Ninna Padava Bayasi Higutali Hadutide Giteyanu Indu Nanage Janmavanite Kshana Kshana Uposhiside Manake Kampanu Kottu Anudinavu Kai. Saying that a flower is praying to Swami that I want to reach your feet before I whittle. Then Swami comes up and this is the Kannada way that was doing. So imagine it's like mother in front of so many people sitting. He put a shawl on my shoulders, saying that he is the Kannada poet. Like those who don't know the background, they'll think that I'm the poet. But I know myself, how much he trained, how much he made me to go through that. That's some kind of a, abhyasa I call it, some kind of a sadhana to, see, this is what Swami is. And also this experience gave me, like so much confidence in myself that I can do anything with his help. See, then, Swami blessed all of us and, he gave a photo and it's all, God doesn't call qualified. He qualifies the called. All those who are holding positions in the organizations, we all know that, isn't it? He qualifies us. He gives us the ability. He gives us the all the ability, affability, or availability. Everything is given by Bhagavan. We have to just be there. So that's what. Then Swami took this picture and he actually there is a video. How much more time is that? Yeah, just little play that. That was the day. You can play the video next time. The next slide. Yeah. Swami was sitting in the middle.
तमन्ना अब न
since Swami came and blessed us. So again, see, if you look at, he takes so much care about each program. He gives so much, like if you look at Swami, he has a huge mission. He has hospitals, he has colleges, he has so much bigger things happening. The Kavi Sammelan cannot be, is important thing. But at that moment, he gives 100% time to that program. See, that's what we need to learn as managers. He's a divine manager. He gives 100%. If he is with a person, Brother Jeremy is also here. When he is with a person, he gives 100% to that person. So that's why he has touched so many millions. See, that's what we need to learn. When a kid asking us, we are thinking about office sometimes, isn't it? So that doesn't happen with Swami actually. So he is like that. That is very, very the divine quality, because he is one with you when he is with you. Because there is nothing like, at that time only you and he, like in the picture, kind of. That is amazing quality, divine quality we have seen in Swami. Again, every day is a learning, in such science of higher learning. Especially if you do science, you are always puzzled by Swami. Because thank God, science came later in our life, Sai came first in our life. Because a lot of scientists missed him actually. Because thinking, I can tell you one experience. One of the boys, Swami gave a ring. So this guy did gymnastics and broke the gold ring. Actually, can you imagine? It's literally 2 pieces. When Swami is walking in the portico, he was asking for a replacement. Can you imagine? Both broken ring, he is showing to Swami. Please, Swami, please. So Swami was talking and just takes these 2, pieces. He puts it and he just blew. Like, that ring form. I saw with my own eyes. Because my chemistry is, whatever chemical knowledge, chemistry says, gold melts at 2000 degrees, Fahrenheit. But that Pati is, warmer, but not 2000 degrees. But gold got melted and, it formed. So how can he do that? So he puzzles us every day. Then there was myself and my classmate, we were sitting in Vrindavan. There was a devotee came. Swami said, when did you come? And take. He plucked a plum from a plant and he threw it. We saw the fruit going on us, because when Swami went inside, we checked the plant. That plant doesn't even flower, forget about fruiting. So how can you pull a fruit? Because with that any remaining fruits are there, we will take, No. See, he does these things, very puzzling. Then, here is my friend who is standing next to me. So he was studying in Perth, in Swami's school, Swami's college. His father wanted him to be a, engineer. Okay. So this boy said, I'm not going to come home. I will stay in Swami's college. Then his father wrote a letter to Swami saying that my son is not coming, Swami. Please tell him to become an engineer. Can you imagine? We had fathers like that back home. So Swami called, say that, hey, you go and follow your father. Then he was very, very clever. He said, Swami, I'll go with, because you are saying, but whenever I come, you should talk to me. Can you imagine what kind of a deal it is? So Swami said, Manchidipo. So this guy went. After some time, doctor said, you are growing too tall. You see how tall he is when compared to me. So he said, if at this rate, you will become 8 feet. 8 feet is too much for a height for an average Indian, actually. Okay. He came running and, he told Swami, that time Swami was in Vrindavan. Swami said, why did you come? Then he says, Swami, doctor is saying I'm going to become 8 feet tall, all that. Swami just smiled and, he bent his head with the left hand, and with these 2 fingers of Swami, he just taps on his neck, saying in Kannada, Udda beledirodu saku buddhi beliyali, saying that you have grown enough in your height, let your buddhi grow from today. Can you imagine? Just a tap. I don't know what biochemistry, what signaling, I can tell Satya was telling I was biochemistry, all that, cancer biology, all that, that's all, in front of Swami doesn't exist. Because he can do, just by a tap, all that signaling stops actually. We can think about all that. Then Sai Gita, Swami asked, who wants Sai Gita? Like it's a very great question, isn't it? But if Swami gives Sai Gita, how to take home is the next thinking. A lot of people, we ourselves are like Sai Gita at home, eating and not doing anything. If you take Sai Gita home, they will chase us, house, they can't even keep it. No, one boy said, Swami, give me. Immediately Swami materialized a silver Sai Gita and gave it to that boy. Now all the boys want Sai Gita. No, the time is up. See, this is what used to play with us. Swami came to chemistry lab and we were chemicals we were showing. One of the boys showed camphor in molecular form. Swami said, what is that? Because it doesn't look like camphor. Camphor is white and this is the molecular camphor. Swami said, he said, it's Swami, it's camphor. Then Swami immediately asked, what does camphor teaches you? These are the very, very subtle and important spiritual lessons. Everything in this creation teaches us. Swami says, camphor teaches you to sublimate in his service. See, that's why camphor is used in Aarti. Because when you burn camphor, there is no trace remains. So when you serve Swami, no ego should remain actually. Trace is the ego. See how a beautiful chemical compound can teach spirituality. Then next Swami, this is Swami visited the chemistry lab. The Swami came one day to Portico and said, boys, what is Bhagavad Gita? Then we were all, it's too huge, isn't it? Everybody, Bhagavad Gita, we can talk hours and days together. So then Swami looked at Gandikot Subbarao Garu, Sanjay was here, Then Subbarao, what is Bhagavad Gita? This man got up and said, Swami, Karman Neva, he started chanting. Swami said, Kucho, Kucho. So this man came and started, pressing his feet. Then Swami says, what is the first sloka of Bhagavad Gita? Dharma Kshetri, Kurukshetri. It starts with Dharma. What is the last sloka of Bhagavad Gita? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanuttaraha, Tatta Sri Vijayarabhutri Dhuvani Tirmatir Mama. It ends with Mama. Mama fused with Dharma becomes Mama Dharma, doing your duty, is Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna went to war and talked like a spiritual person. Krishna said, boy, it's not, you have to fight now. So when doing your duty, see, this will fit every career, whether you are a computer, IT, biotechnologist, cancer biologist, anybody has to do their duty. Because we don't do our duties, we get into trouble actually. That is Bhagavad Gita, only Swami can, teach. In the drama, I was Krishna, actually. It's a Bhagavad Gita drama, Swami. So Swami came and told us how to stand while giving Bhagavad Gita. Can you imagine? He made us, he was a divine director. Then Swami said, do you know how old was Krishna and Arjuna when Bhagavad Gita was given? He said 75 and 80. We were math students, we were thinking how old must be Bhishma. He must be in 120s actually, because at 120 he went for war. Here by 75 will be a war actually. So what kind of food they ate? This kind of very details Swami used to give. Then there is another drama in the hostel. So I was king in the drama. So what happened was this makeup man came from nearby Dharmavaram. As I being a local, I spoke to him very lovingly. I asked him, did you eat food? He said, no. Then we got him food from the hostel, mess, and we fed him. He was so happy and he said, I'll make you very good king. Even he made me so good, I have to wash later on with kerosene actually. That much paid he has put. So I became a king with a lot of crown and all on my head. So as soon as Swami saw me, when we go to, actually, whatever we do just to get that Parnamaskar actually. So when I went with the crown and also big mush, because that's a rare event for a Sai student. When I went there, Swami started laughing. Swami looked at me, what kind of a vesham is this? Then I had a problem in touching his feet with my, kissing his feet because I had a crown. So the crown has a sharpness, isn't it? I may hurt Swami. Then, that is the time, later on, crown on my head came in the way to his feet. Never take, all these positions are appointments, they are not anointments. The minute we think we have a crown, you can't reach his feet. See how subtle is the message. he can give in, seconds kind of. So then Swami is, loving mother, but also very strict father. I'll come to that. This is a great man, he was Sanatana Sar, the editor, V.K. Narasimhan. So he was once in Vrindavan. What happened was we were running and we broke. Most of the times all those plants will be broken because all the children wants to go near to Swami. In that, some of these elders got little worried because running boys can hit them and they can fly, isn't it? So soon after everybody settled down, this man said, Swami, boys who discipline leader. Can you imagine suddenly somebody in the crowd saying, boys doesn't have discipline? That day, Swami said, no, they love me. Can you imagine? Swami is like a mother saying that. Then he tells to him saying that these boys run for me, not for worldly things. Look at outside. The kids are running for sports stars, movie theaters. These boys are running towards me. How can you say that they don't have discipline? See, like how a mother, plays like that. So then again, as a strict father, this was in the summer course. We had a quiz. We were all in the quiz program. Then we called Swami for the quiz. For every program, we used to go and invite him. Only on invite, he'll come and he sat. In the quiz program, what happened was, when there was a question put to our group, the boy was saying wrong answer. I pulled the mic and tell the right answer. So that Swami saw it, and Swami said, Swami looked at me. That's it. From that time onwards, I started avoiding Swami because I know I have done wrong. But I just avoid Swami. I thought for 2-3 days, if I don't see him, then he'll forget. So we are very good at it. So then immediately after the thing, there was a lunch in Vrindavan, dining hall. And everybody knows in Vrindavan there is a huge pillars. I thought I'll sit next to a pillar so that I can be hiding from Swami. So believe it or not, when Swami came into the dining hall, he comes and turns into the line where I was sitting. I knew that I'll get right royally. As Swami came and Swami asked me, hey, Swami is when he is very want to correct you. As soon as he said, I just ran there to Swami, and Swami was about to give me a nice tight slap. I wish he had given. I would have told that also to you. But then I said, Kshaminchandi Swami, saying that Swami, please forgive me. Then he stopped and he said, then Swami stopped. The minute he stopped, you get more energy and says, Swami, he was telling wrong answer. Then Swami said, again you talk, you did already wrong thing answer. Then Swami said, it is not about winning, it is about Sabha Maryada. Saying that how you behave on a stage. That's matters. So who will teach us at that age about how to be on the stage? It's only Bhagavan actually. So I hope. Okay. So that's it. Like Swami taught us every day, and also he took care of my sister when she was not well, and he blessed her. That gave me a lot of joy. And after that, one day he came and he said, "Oh, he's a good boy." I lifted. Okay. So you can go. So Vedam, I don't think anywhere we would have learned Vedam, because we learned Vedam just to get close to him. Then see, Vedam also gave another beautiful experience to me. Like this is Padmanabha Shastri Garu, who is pouring that water on those Shirdi Baba. He was doing puja one day in the mandir. This used to be the altar those days in Prashanti. So he did all the Astotram just like how we did it, and in the puja, when he was ready to give Aarti, the real Swami came after the interview. So puja for the photo Swami and the real Aarti for the real Swami actually. I felt this is something very interesting, kind of, how many people get that kind of a blessing. So Swami went off, then few days later, we invited Swami to our hostel because we had the Ganesh festival. And because I was a Vedam, they made me a priest actually. I used to take care of Ganesha every day, morning and evening. When Swami came, I was doing puja to Ganesha. So basically, Swami came into the hostel dining hall. As Swami came, I know, ambience, I started saying loudly, Shumkaya Nama, means I need to show that the pujari also exists, not only God in the room. So Swami came and stood next to me. You know, I could see only the row. I was doing Ganesha like this, but I can see the row. And suddenly Swami asks Warden, where did you get this pujari from? Where did you get this priest from? Then Warden was keeping quiet and Swami said, both Ganesha and priest looks alike. Because you know, that's Swami said and everybody laughed like that. Then Swami went out. When Swami went out, my warden said, hey, come and give Aarti. So I did puja to Ganesha, Aarti to Swami actually. So Swami likes that, Aarti, and I gave Aarti. When I took the Aarti away because Swami has to go, Swami said, Santoshamam, saying that, are you happy now? See, that day when that Shastri Garu did the puja, I never asked also, I want to. He's like that, he knows what you didn't ask also he'll give, that kind of a Lord he is. Then, my sister, actually my third sister, she got married and she had a baby girl first. Then after baby boy was born, she went into some kind of depression, which I really didn't. I was in the hostel all the time. Only my family went through. By the time my dad passed away, my mother was taking care of her, my brother was taking care of her. So they went through quite a bit because I didn't know because I was in the hostel. Suddenly I get a phone call saying that, hey, sister is not well, please ask Swami. They said, please tell Swami they are asking her to be on the antidepressant therapy. So I thought I'll go in the morning and tell Swami. I went in the morning and Swami said, she's fine, you sit down, and he went for the round. When he came back onto the portico, I thought I'll just get that prasadam and send home. So I see those days we were not, that much sevadal, all that was not there. I just got up and went and held his hand. You can imagine, I said, Swami, please take care of my sister. Swami said, come, you come into the interview. Then I went into the interview room along with the devotees. The focus idea is, Swami, give the prasadam, I'll send home. Then in the middle of the interview, Swami said, hey, come inside. He took me to the personal interview room where he sits on the couch and I was alone with him. As he gave so much attention, I started crying. Then Swami said, he took my head and put on his lap and patted, saying that, why do you worry, am I not there for you? I could see my tears falling on Swami's robe. I immediately took a hanky and tried to rub it. Swami said, it's parvale, don't worry about that. Then Swami said, go home, get your mother and sister by tomorrow darshan. I'll cure her. In Telugu he said, male chestanu. He's saying, I'll male chestanu. No doctor on earth tells they'll cure you. Doctors only treat you, isn't it? They treat. The curing only he can do it actually. So he said, I'll get her. You get her and I'll cure her. Then immediately he said, wait. He went into the next room. He had a bunch of 100 rupee notes. Can you imagine? He puts into my pocket. See, he's giving money to go home and bring them. So that is the Satya Sai. Is it basically he does everything perfect. If I look back to that moment, he could think about how this student will go home and get family. See, that kind of a perfect thinking. That's why he is perfection. So then I went home and brought them. Swami gave interview. In the interview, Swami didn't even sit on the chair. He went to my sister who was sitting in the middle. He stood in front of her and said, what happened to you? She just looked at him. Swami waved his hand and materialized this lingam. Actually, it had little more reddish color on that. Swami said, you put Abhishekam every day for 7 days. Drink that water. 7th day you'll be alright. Can you imagine? Medication and how to take it also is given. Then he goes and sits on the chair. First cure, then won't say. As soon as he sat on the chair, my mother, who was next to the chair, fell on his feet and said, Swami, you are our God. Because she went through quite a bit of tension actually. Then Swami says to her, why do you worry? Am I not there? Can you imagine? That is the day I understood what is Divine Mother. Divine Mother is a mother who takes care of all mothers' problems actually. See, I could see that the way he was talking to my mother. He looked at her eyes and said, your cataract is developing. Can you imagine? Swami was ophthalmologist. He was telling, cataract is developing. Maybe after 6 months you should go for, some kind of a surgery. Then he looked at my brother, elder brother, and he said, after your father passed away, you took care of the family as the eldest son. I'm so happy with you. And he materialized the Akshay Patra of Vibhuti and gave it to him. Like basically, these are all the Indian, family values he was telling us. Then he looked at my brother-in-law, who also came for the interview. He looked at him and said, say, look, when you have headache and come home, it is your wife who puts Amrutanjanam, in Telugu. And Amrutanjanam is in India is a very famous pain balm, actually. So, when she is not well, it is your duty to take care. Can you imagine who can tell, like that? Then Swami beautifully says, house should not be like a Korean war. Because his unending fights is not good for husband and wife. And he says, Tallitandulu tittukuntu unte pillalu kottukuntu lestaru. Because he says, when wife and husband fight or always shouts at each other, kids become more violent. See how beautifully he tells these family values. Then he says, he blessed all of us. Then my sister asked, Swami, take care of Balu. Swami said, I'll take care of him. You take care of the baby, he says to my sister. Then he called me and, I held that bag to give the vibhuti. Swami gave vibhuti and he put it to me. Exactly on the 7th day, she became all right and she went to my brother-in-law where she was working, which did happen 3 months before, actually. Because see, 3 months they suffered. The minute the phone call came, within 48 hours, Swami set that right, actually. Then, after that, episode, especially the Swami who played with us, we had seen a different Swami. The Swami who cured my sister is an entirely different Swami. So whenever I used to see him, I used to cry actually, because it's very difficult to take. Say once awareness sets in, the enjoyment of you don't take Swami the same way, after knowing who he is. One day I was sitting in the bhajan hall in the Prashant Nilayam. I was doing my homework. Swami suddenly, I was somewhere in the middle. Swami comes after the interview. He stands near the chair and he asked, who is a good boy? Lift your hand. So I thought everybody is a good boy, they will lift and I will be left out if I don't lift actually. So I lifted. So alone in 60 people, you are having one guy with hand up. Then Swami saw, I was in the middle and the Swami with this GuestSpeaker, he said like this. The people in front of me gave the way to Swami to walk actually. Swami came to me. When he came to me and by the time I was in my masters, so I thought I knew how to talk to Swami. Swami said, how do you know you are good? He asked. Then I said, Swami Telusu in Telugu, saying that Swami knows that I am good. Then Swami never left there. He said, conscience lo confidence unda, I asked actually. This is a beautiful question which reverberates in my heart, saying that do you have confidence in your conscience? Conscience is the Swami in us, all of us. Actually, he'll speak only if we can hear, because we have mind, which is the noise of our body. Sai is the voice of our body. So you have to have the confidence in that voice. I said, yes, Swami. He was so happy and he patted me thrice, good boy, and he gave Namaskar and he went, the line closed. So that moment really set me for my academic life, for my personal life. Whenever I think about it, it gives me confidence in myself. Right? So then I conclude with this beautiful poem of Swami. We used to sing even in our childhood. Swami used to sing, Dhana Murasiga Posinan Daraga Rani Anandamunu Meeralandu Konudi Tirthayatralenno Tiriginan Kanarani Anandamunu Meeralandu Konudi విద్యలన్నీయు వల్లె వేసినన్ కనరాని ఆనందమును మీరలందుకొనుడి. ప్రాణముల్ బిగబట్టి పలుమార్లు కనరాని ఆనందమును మీరలందుకొనుడి. కాసు ఖర్చు లేదు, కాయ కష్టము లేదు, లేదు సాధనాది బాధ. మనసుకింతయు ఇచ్చి మరి సాయి కడనున్న అందరాని సుఖము పొందగలరు, అందరాని సుఖము పొందగలరు. He says that Sai alone gives the bliss which cannot be attained by heaps of cash. Sai alone gives the bliss which cannot be attained by doing all the pilgrimages together. Sai alone gives the bliss which cannot be attained by reading all the texts. Sai alone gives the bliss which cannot be attained by all yoga sadhanas, we call it. He says, kaasu kharchu ledu, don't spend anything. You don't need to go through all the sadhanadi bada, he says. He says, sign up for this, sign up for that, later on, all that. He says, Manasukinta, which is turn yourself to Swami, hold on to his lotus feet. He says, Andarani Sukamu Pondagaru, because you will reach that bliss without no effort, just holding on to him. Let's hold on to his lotus feet. Let's hold on to Swami. Thank you all for giving this opportunity. Jai Sai Ram.